Crosswind landings are, in my opinion, one of the more challenging and the more difficult skills in flight training. A gusting crosswind needs careful attention. Maintaining centreline, maintaining directional control, controlling speed, decisions regarding flaps, landing on the one main and more, they all play a vital part in these landings. So today we introduce David to a new skill set as he progresses through his pilot training. So come with us and enjoy the session.
One last check. Flap set, stage, fuel pump on, fuel sufficient, instruments, green.
Good to go. And we'll never pull on an engine failure on this runway. So if it is an engine failure, it'll be real and I'll take control.
Understood.
Start pulling back. Bit of a crosswind there, no? With the nose pointing out there.
Lights up.
That's quite a wind, so we might rethink what we're doing. Just have a little practice with crosswinds while we can.
Understood.
Because we don't get a lot of crosswinds. Have you been briefed on crosswinds before?
Rebrief me to refresh my memory.
Okay, we'll talk about it when we come around. In fact, I'll do the first one. Alright? Talk our way through it. So there's two ways we can crosswind land. We can either come in with the wing into wind down and steer with our feet. So we are cross-controlled, which is exactly what we tell you not to do, particularly near the ground. So what you've got to make sure is that you never pick the nose up, because that's where you stall, okay? Cross-control. The other way you can do it is to come down, let the plane have its head go left, which is what it wants to do, and at the last minute kick it around, which is doable, but it takes a lot more skill, I think, to start with. So we'll try the idea of
traffic, W5086, taxiing 13, Gawler traffic.
So we'll do the wing down to start with. We'll give you a run for that for a while, and then we'll try the kick it around idea as well. Okay?
Understood.
So my controls?
Your controls.
So there's
Flap set first stage.
Yeah, that's enough, good. Now with a crosswind, and particularly with flaps, we don't want to be coming out at 55 knots because the crosswind's going to blow us away. We need to have power to get through it, okay? So we want to come in most probably at about 65 knots now, rather than a bit slower for a normal approach. Normally we wouldn't use full flap either, because we don't want, we need to have control. That's quite a big fire, isn't it?
Gawler traffic, W5086, crossing 3113, Gawler traffic.
So it's just a normal approach. We use all the runway if we need to. This is not a short field landing. This is just a crosswind landing. Once you can master this, you can do anything. The crosswind landings, I think, are most probably one of the more problematic ones. And most people have a lot of accidents at or near the runway, so it says to me that's another issue that you've got to be mindful of, that's all. So, Gawler traffic, January 7693, final 13, touch and go, Gawler. So what I'm doing now is I know the wind's coming from the left, right? I'm watching my airspeed here, a bit slow. I get myself over to the left a bit more. So there I'm lined up on the runway. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop that wing down and I'm going to use my feet to steer with. I still want to come down the middle.
Gawler traffic, 5086, crossing 0523, Gawler traffic.
Notice how we're using power. Well, we're synced there, a bit of sync. Watching the airspeed there. And if we get it right, we're going to land on one wheel. That's the plan.
Gawler, Demona, Lima Bravo Papa, taxiing to runway threshold 2305, Gawler.
Be very patient. Bit of an updraft there. There we are there, wings down, done. full power, go. Okay?
Understood.
Not in a hurry to stop. Got to get out of here again. Your controls.
My controls.
To get the idea.
Yes.
So the wing down, how much do I need? You've got to work that out. You don't want to have too much because you'll start turning left. Have too little and you'll start drifting to the right. So it's a bit of a game, but your feet are doing the steering and the wing down is just countering the crosswind part of it. And if it's a really gnarly crosswind, you'd come in at 70 knots and no flap. So you've just got to work out what it is that you need to do on the day.
Caller traffic Jabber 7693 on final, runway 13, touch and go, caller. 3 knots.
So now just ease the wing over a little bit, not too much, there it is there. I'll come with you.
80 knots.
A little bit fast.
Power's off.
Good, you're steering with your feet. And use your power as needed. The trickle now to keep us flying, that's it. And don't be in a rush to land. A bit more.
$65 knots.
Don't pull the power back yet, so keep the wing down. There with your foot, right foot, right foot, right foot. Right foot, there it is there. Gonna land on one wheel if we can. Not too hard, not too hard. Bit of right foot. Hold it there, keep it there, keep it there, keep it there. Good, away you go. Full power.
5086 entering 13, lining up.
Good. More about the approach, isn't it? And you've got a lovely wide runway. If you had to do it on the bitumen, it could be more interesting, couldn't it? But you can, you'll learn how to do it.
That tape really helped because I managed to swing my nose around and get
You can
on
see
to-
your directional control?
Yep.
Good.
So, positive rate of climb. Climbs up.
Caller traffic 5086, bowling 13, caller traffic.
Caller traffic Jabber 7693, turning final, runway 13, touch and go, caller. $75 knots.
Just put the wing down and use the right foot to kick you straight. Left wing down. That's it. That's it. So using your feet to steer, right?
Yes. 70 knots. 80 knots.
A little bit fast.
70 knots.
That's better. Work your way down. Keep the wing there. Work your way down. Yeah, keep it there. Right foot, right foot.
Traffic
Full power, go,
Motor
go.
glider Lima Bravo for par is entering runway 13, caller.
A lot of work, isn't it?
It is.
Hand on throttle, hand on throttle.
Especially with that wind shifting the way it does.
Yep. And if it was coming over trees and buildings, it'd be worse. Yeah, on your feet, you don't move your feet too much. No.
Caller traffic Jabber 7693, turning final, runway 13, touch and go, caller.
It'd be nice if it stayed steady like that.
Knots.
Go. Good job. Get the nose off the ground, that's it. Good job. And stick in the wind, we can do that, you see, even though we've got a crosswind, that'll keep us straight down the runway. See that?
Directional control.
Yep.
Caller traffic, Java 7693, departing the circuit downwind runway 13, on climb 2,000 feet, tracking north, training area, caller. Do you know how I can tell that you're comfortable with my flying?
When I'd read urgent emails. It's when I go to sleep that you really understand that you've got my back. A little bit calmer up here, isn't it?
That's lovely.
Look at these solitary, lonely clouds. Go 1-3.
1-3.
The white one. Yeah, go. As we left, we use 1-3.
Yellow one's here, blowing down 05.
That's alright, we want a crosswind. That's what I wanted to see you do, because you can't join yet, can you?
No, I can't. Caller traffic, Java 7693, joining the circuit, crosswind, runway 13, caller. Caller traffic, Java 7693, turning right downwind, runway 13, caller.
It's all well and good for you to do as I've told you to do, because that's what I've told you to do, but you understand why you have to do it. That's growth, that's development. You fly very well. Quite happy with your flying. So this time, I'll do the landing again. How are we going for time? Got plenty of time. I won't do the nose down, the wing down idea. I'll use the kick it method. So basically what it's saying is you're just flying straight at the runway, but the nose will go out there to the wind.
Yep.
It'll weather vane out to the wind. And when you get it nearly down to the runway, the last minute you kick it to get it round straight and put it down. It's very good to use it this way on grass. This grass is very forgiving. Even gravel's not too bad. Less what's the word I'm looking for? Nowhere near as good on bitumen. But jumbo jets land on bitumen, but they've got undercarriages that were designed to do it.
I have it set up for you, 70 knots, one stage of flaps.
Okay. Right, beautiful. So again, we'll still come in at high speed, higher speed than normal. And you'll see at the last minute I'll give that. But what you normally will want to do, today we haven't got much of a crosswind, but if you had a severe crosswind, then you don't even know whether you've got enough rudder authority to get the nose to come around anyway. How would you know? You wouldn't know. So you'll see when I'm coming in on final, high here, when I'm coming in on final, I'll give it a kick to see if I've got enough rudder yet, still going there, try it again, so I know when I'm on the runway, I can kick it around. Does that make sense?
Yes. One thing I've noticed as well is that the crosswind isn't as severe this end of 1-3 as it is the other end because you have the trees acting as a buffer.
Correct. That gives you turbulence. Airspeed here. Caller traffic, Java 7693, final 13, touch and go, caller. So this time I'm going to try and land on the bitumen, just to make it even more, so I've got to get it square.
Understood.
Okay, so it makes it more difficult. You've got plenty of runway normally.
Airspeed 65 knots.
So now I'm going to let it have its head. There it goes there. Still a bit of a cross, but not much. That's going the other way. Get over there. So what I would then do is, yep, I can get the nose around. I can make it swing. Watch some airspeed here. But naturally it's going there, isn't it?
Yes, weather vanes.
And you can see with your red mark now, it's going the wrong way, isn't it?
Yes.
So I know I've got enough rudder authority, so I'm just going to work my way down again. Not too slow. Got half flap, that's good.
70 knots.
So there we are there. And I can still come over the bitumen again. Depends on what the wind's going to do. There it goes. See it going there now. So now we're cross, aren't we? So when I come down here, I kick it around. Take off again.
Very nice.
See how it goes straight in there again?
Yep.
Get the idea?
Yes.
Now, to me, that's the harder way of doing it. All instructors will give you two different ways. Use both of them, okay? And you'll work out which one suits you.
You need to know which one to use in what
Well,
situation.
yeah, exactly, your control.
My controls.
Yeah, so some like to kick it around. I find with a low hour student is it's too much to do at that last second to get it right, versus the way of the wing down. You're just flying it in, you're just using a wing down idea, that's all. So try that one and use the gravel, don't use the bitumen.
Understood. And I'll get you on the controls with me as well.
Yeah, no, you'll be all right. The gravel will give way. The crosswind's not all that great. And it's very much, this is, of all procedures, landing procedures, this is the one where you work very slowly, work your way down, and if it doesn't work, go. Don't try and persist with it. Oh. It'll be a nightmare for you.
Understood.
Just go around and do it again and again and again until you get it right.
That was one thing I noticed with some of the aviation lectures I've been watching on YouTube is instructors pick up that students don't go around and
Absolutely
persist with a bad approach.
Yep, and that's what causes a failure. I mean, I'm not going to be bragging here, but I've been flying for 15 years. I've done, I don't know, 2,500, 3,000 hours. Never had a prank. Why? I'm not clever. I'm average, but I've got the go around up my sleeve every time.
Gawler traffic, January 7693, turning final, runway 13, touch and go, Gawler. Coming down way too fast.
Good. You'll work it out. You've brought it all the way back, just pitch it up a little bit. That'll slow it down. Doesn't take long. So we're going to try the kick around, okay?
Understood.
Give it a bit of a kick now, see what it feels like. Right foot. Yep, you've got enough there. Not too much. Do another one. Not that much, you don't need that much. So if you feel my feet, it's about...
Understood.
Yep, got it. So just... Whoa. Let it have its head, let it go there for now. Not yet. Not yet, you're not near enough yet. Now right foot. There it is there, land. A bit more right foot. Perfect, full power, go. Alright, don't worry about that. Good. Just judgment, isn't it? So which do you prefer? Now,
I think I prefer the wing down method.
I agree. I think it is the less confusing because you set it up before you get there.
Yeah, and it feels like a much more stable approach because you know what you're doing.
Yep. When I first was learning to fly, seems like forever ago now, if I'd look up the weather the night before and could see I was going to have a crosswind, I'd cancel the lesson. But you learn, you practice it and push yourself. And again, if you haven't had a crosswind, you've got your license or whatever, and you come out just go for a flight and you've got a crosswind, grab one of us. Go for a circuit, just to make sure you're okay, and off you go. Because it's not something you get to practice all day.
Gawler traffic, January 7693, turning final, runway 13, touch and go, Gawler.
Your calls, you're a little bit fast, but I don't mind that. But you're very clear, you're very distinct. I know exactly what you're doing as another pilot, so that's accolade to you. And again, use that red line as your guide, right?
I'm just letting her have her head.
Yeah. You can do a kick this time, eh? Good.
Yeah, just using that rudder attenuation.
Yeah.
75 knots.
Be patient. Nice. Full power go. Nice.
Gawler traffic, Jabiru 7693, turning final, runway 13, full stop, Gawler.
Keep the nose off the ground. Power back, all the way back. Nope, we're gonna... Hey. Now we've got some brake on. Whatever you do, don't let that nose come down until it's ready.